Hi, Sagafi, Liberty Home Mortgage, doing another video for you. And what are we talking about today? Is our property values falling? This is just all over the news. I mean, right now while I'm doing this video here, it's early 2023. It's January, about to turn into February of 2023. And the big news, of course, is property values have fallen, they're crashing, the housing industry, just all this other news. I'm doing a couple more videos on this stuff too. But this one specifically is, are property values falling? Have they decreased? Have they declined? Are people underwater? Okay. Let's use some simple statistical facts, some mathematical facts. Okay. I have a chart in front of me. This chart comes from the St. Louis Federal Reserve, so you can get this information there. The median sales price of a home in the United States right now, as of early 2023, really the data right now really is probably from the end of 2022, November, December, but maybe it's down a little bit. It's probably right around like the $350,000, $360,000 range, okay? Right now around $360,000 for the median sales price of a home in the United States. Now, on $360,000, you would have to go back to February of 2022. February of 2022, when the median sales price of a home was the same, roughly, as the median sales price of a home today. So if you bought in March, April, May, June, July, or across the remainder of 2022, well then the median sales price of a home, now keep in mind what I'm talking about here. Median is not average, okay? It's not the average sales price. It's the middle number by which 50% are higher, 50% are lower. Just because you bought in July of 2022 doesn't mean you've lost value. You may have bought a house that was not the highest price home in the neighborhood, okay? The goal, of course, is you don't want to buy the most expensive house in the cheapest neighborhood. Now, naturally, everybody's out there looking for houses. They're all looking for, I want the cheapest house on the most expensive street. And of course, that's wonderful. It just doesn't always necessarily work like that, okay? So based on today's median price, you go back to like February of last year to where the median prices were higher than that, okay? Now, this is what the news doesn't tell you. And this is what all the people watching my video, and you could like, comment, share, put the comments in there. I like the trollers out there, the people that troll the things and say, hush, like, they'll make comments that this is just a salesman trying to sell mortgages. When you're good at your job, you don't need to jam a loan down everybody's throat, okay? So if you bought your house in January of 22 or 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, and I can go back 800 years, okay? I built my home in 2002. You want to know something? I still own it. I still live in it. There's a lot of people out there that bought houses in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11 that still own the house today, okay? Not everybody sells their house after a year and a half. Now, a lot of people do, but a lot of people don't, okay? So think about this. If you bought a house, I'm looking at my chart here, in January of 2020, in January of 2020, the median sales price of a home in the United States was right in the neighborhood. You know, again, I'm looking at a chart, so I'm not looking at numbers really. It looks like in January of 20, is probably right around like 275, give or take a little bit. So on $275,000, that's the median price in 2020, not 2009, not 2008, 7, whatever it was. I'm talking just 2.5, 3 years ago, January of 2020, okay? So in January 2020, or here, I'll go to what looks probably like the middle of the summer when it really started spiking up in June, July, August. In June, July, August of 20, the numbers started breaking the $300,000 median price. Guess what? If we're sitting at 360 today, even if you bought in July of 20, you're still sitting in an incredible position today with a ton of equity, okay? How about this one here? I had a lot of people telling me in the summer of 2020 that people were fools for buying houses because they were overpaying for houses and they were gonna wait a year for prices to come down. Let me tell you what good that did. In 2020, your median price generally broke into the $300,000 range. In 2021, it broke into the $350,000 range. I had people in 2021 telling me, I'm gonna wait another year. Well, guess what? You wait another year, by the summer of 2022, you're sitting up over the $400,000 range. Okay, don't forget also, by the way, here's one for you. By waiting, you were then locked out of buying unless you were paying cash or something like that, for God's sakes. Then you were stuck re-signing your rental agreement, and God knows in 2021 your rent was $1,400 a month, and by 2022 it was up to $2,100 a month, and now today you're completely stuck because you signed a 2-year lease on your thing. So just all of this garbage out there, and that's all it is when people are saying, I'm just gonna wait another year. Let me ask you this question here. If you put into a 401k or you put into a pension or anything like that, knowing that the stock market has pulled back 10 to 20 to 30%, does that mean you stop putting into your 401k? No. Why? Because it's a long-term investment, okay? And besides that, when you understand investing, you come to understand and learn. Nobody can time the market. Timing the market is completely impossible, but I'm not talking about timing the market today. I'm talking about simple numbers and facts. Outside of the last 6 months of 2022, last 8 or 9 months of 2022, if you buy a house today, the person who bought 2 years ago is up. If you buy a house today, I got news for you. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, in 2 to 6 years from now, you're up, okay? Look at the numbers, go into history, look at the tables. A lot of people guess, they say, I'm using my experience. I don't use my experience, I use facts, okay? Pull up the facts, pull up the laws, pull up the guidelines, read this stuff. Take the time like I've taken to go through it so you actually start learning, you know what? It's a great time to buy a house right now. But keep following my other videos, like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. That helps me the most, of course, right? I think I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers now. And there'll come a day in a year or 2 or 10, well, I'll have 50,000 subscribers. I'll be like, man, back then I was just trying to break 1,000. Anyways, catch you on the next one. Thanks so much.